Hey everybody, just want to run you through on a few things that we changed in this trailer as we were working on. It's ever changing. I don't think we'll ever have a system set up permanently, which is why we don't put in any structural that we can't just feel good about cutting out. So that's why you'll see just cheap stuff sitting here, cheap stuff sitting there. Just little solutions. We'll never ever really put in anything permanent for the structure as far as otherwise the value of the trailer goes down because you're wasting time and money into something that could be cut out and changed later. You buy a new tool, you get rid of a tool. They're different sizes, different shapes. You know, eventually one day maybe we'll get rid of all these T-stacks and the tough systems and choose one or the other, or maybe someone makes something better and we just got to go with that. Just want to touch base on the beginning. This is a 7x16 Dakota cargo trailer, tandem axle. It does have power on the exterior. Just want to pull around from the beginning of the video. On the last one, we did show that you can plug it in for any power on any 110 or set the generator outside. On a separate switch from everything is this 55-inch LED light bar. Works great morning, night, cleaning up, getting done, untooling. So this switch here controls all the lights on the inside. And that's a main for the one on the outside as well, so you never forget to shut the light bar off. Down there again, in that brown box, we have a 4-bank battery system, all deep cell SRM29s. In case we get short on power ever, just in case, we have a 2000 watt Predator generator. I mean, the bang for buck on that thing is huge. I don't know why you would go with Honda if you can just buy that for that much cheaper. We were going to buy the 3000 watt or the 3500 watt Predator, but space is more critical than anything. So everything in this trailer has been thought out as far as like space and effectiveness and everything else. Quick want to touch steel chainsaw. That's not permanent. None of this up on this wall, this V-nose is permanent as far as solution wise. There's just no way to figure this out right now. We're too busy. Just want to touch base. This was a 3000 watt inverter, 6000 watt max. This is the 4-bank charging system. Power inverter. When I decide to switch on power down here, that'll light up and it'll direct power throughout the trailer as needed. Right here's our GFCI, so if anything gets wet or shorts out, we don't have any problems. This is always charging because you never want a dead battery. I mean, that's common sense. Now back to the T-stacks. This is a system that I really like. Some people may not like them. I kind of swear by them, to be honest. Hold on, I gotta get some stuff moved here. I'll open up the drawers to let you guys kind of see what I got in mind. This is our 12 volt, which is kind of empty right now. We've used a little bit of it. This is our 110. All our stuff needed for the house. Some of our sprayer parts. Can never have too many of anything, I guess, in this field. More electrical. And I haven't labeled anything because it's ever changing. People just gotta memorize where everything's at. Some more electrical boxes and stuff and a hole saw kit right there. This is just random screws and everything else that we have sitting around. We have not yet had time to go ahead and refine these. There's just so much to it. Still needs a lot of work. Possibilities are endless as far as what you want to store. I mean, we got stuff for cabinets and everything in here, so I mean, a lot of the stuff we have ran out of, and you know, we just, until we find time to go ahead and pick it out, then we just ride out and pick it up when we need it. So we got all our finished nailers, stapler stuff, more nails, air tools, tire repair. Random junk that we should probably sell because it's not worth a damn. We bought them for 10 bucks a piece at Lowe's one day. They were clearancing them out. Don't need them because we have Festool. But anyway, just want to click here. I wish more like toolbox companies would come out with something similar to this. I will give it to Menards. They've understood that, you know, this just makes sense. The lift lever capability on anything, so you can't open these drawers. Your trailer's bouncing around all over beat hell. You can't open the drawers unless you lift up and then you pull out. You have to lift up on that. So that's huge for me. So anytime you got situations like that where your toolbox is always losing tools and everything else, who wants to lock and unlock their toolbox every single time? And if you got 5 guys running around on a job site and more on another job site, nobody's capable of holding each other accountable these days to make sure that it's locked. So when the tools go flying, you got a wasted hour of labor. That costs money. So how many times do you want to clean up versus just buy a better toolbox? That's something I wish Dewalt would take into effect, or anybody else. I do not like Masterforce, so just want to let you guys know that. That's Sierra. I bought this from somebody for $200 and some, so all his original stuff was on it. I just left it. I'm not a fan of Chevy, just so we're clear. I'm a Ram fan, Mopar, no car. Anyway, so we got the Dewalt stereo up here. We have a few of these, but this is the one that stays in the trailer. So just wanted to touch base on that we would always want a clean one in case we go to finish jobs. We're doing some trim or something. You don't want to bring in a, you know, beat up piece of crap in a clean area and just make a mess. So we have everything from carriage bolts, leg bolts, to concrete anchors, to construction screws, leg screws. I mean, we got everything up here. It's unbelievable the amount of junk that these things hold. This tough system with the racks makes it so much more capable to fit so much more into your trailer. We got ours mounted, and then our straps or our bungees actually hold all the equipment using the brace that's already provided. So we don't even have to drill in to the trailer. We just drill into the brace, put our bracket in, and tie it off. Dewalt air compressor, I mean, that's just what I've had around, so that's what we put there. It's got all the hoses on it already, so it makes it quick for getting unloaded and loaded. That's all this is just what can we do to make it faster, more convenient. It's not perfect, but at the same time you have to think about how much time do you want to invest in your trailer, how much time does it save. If you make it too decisive on storage and everything, you may lose time down the road by storing stuff. And because I'll be honest, all the guys, they come in here, these shelves will just get filled up. It's a mess right now, but at the end of every day they should be cleaned up. But if we're in a hurry and we're going to the job, we just throw stuff up on here and we'll deal with it later. So I mean, levels, you can never have enough levels. All this stuff up here, I was hoping this winter to go ahead and deal with that. It didn't happen. We're still too busy. So we'll figure that out either spring or even next winter. Never know. Never a bad thing to be too busy. Got all our nailers, sheetrock gun, more nailers, clamps, more clamps, electrical cords, another paint hose. Never have too many of those. I want to touch base here. This is from Menards. This was a spendy cabinet, but it's worth it. I screwed it down to the floor. Do not screw these to the wall if you buy one. Only to the floor. If you screw it to the wall, it will bend, it will break, it will screw up. Trailer floors are notorious for not being level. Point in case, you can see the gap up there. You cannot see the gap down there. So, I mean, this is secure. You can't move this. Had it in here for about a year and a half, but I mean, the amount of I shouldn't say that. The amount of stuff you can fit in here is unreal. And this again has all those locking levers. I mean, this is just what we keep in storage in the trailer. I mean, the job site has all the rest. I do plan on getting 1 or 2 more of these and putting them up front as my bench up front there, and then making another bench around it custom. Rolling T-stack systems in case you got those bigger jobs where you got to roll stuff around all day. We do have a rolling tough system. We just don't have it in here. It's in the job site. I'm not going to go through all that. More hardware. We'll have a router and stuff in one of these with all our router stuff. It's a little empty right now because clearly we're working on a job. More router stuff. That's our small one. We use the Porter Cable big boy for our 2-inch bit. You want a cheap one that you can really beat up when you're doing a lot of the custom woodwork that is really rough on something. Got some of our adjustable clamp stands. And last but not least, we got our Festool track. There's 3 of them up there, enough to do 16 feet or more. And then all our other Festool stuff down here. Like I said, everything's gonna change again in the next year. Who knows what it'll be. Some stuff will be gone. Maybe Dewalt will come out with a better toolbox, and maybe they'll feel like hooking me up so I can take another video, since I've clearly spent enough on everything else. But it's worth it. I guess I can't say enough about it. If you guys got any questions, comments, or anything, just feel free to leave them at the bottom. I'll make a better detailed video if you guys need, a little more organized, less sporadic, and just I don't know, I don't like wasting a lot of time on stuff, but someone did say that, you know, you should really just update all your stuff more often. And I was like, well, this is more for everybody else than it is for me. So this is definitely the kind of setup that's for the work and go guy. It's not, I know everyone likes the Paulk videos and everything else. It's so clean, it's so nice, and it's, you know, it's so thought out. But as far as like accessibility, maneuverability, you can't take a bunch of big stuff and put them in those trailers. Here, all this stuff rolls out. We can move that up here real quick. Takes 2 minutes to move it up here, and then all of a sudden 4x8 sheets of lumber and everything else go under here. Or I've even stacked 2x4s for framing up underneath this bench. It is just over 8 feet, so it's perfect. And then we filled that up with a whole bunk right underneath there. It is a little over 2 feet deep, so, and it's about 4 feet high. So what we did here is this. We've had half a bunk of sheet goods on there, or when you got to go pick up sheetrock or you're short a little bit, 8-foot sheets to 12-foot sheets will fit across this entire span. So you don't have to worry about that. You want 16-foot lumber, it will fit in here. So even when you go get a fridge or anything, right there's your fridge spot. You move the saw, or saw's usually at the job site anyway. Go pick up the fridge, dishwasher, whatever. I've had all kitchen appliances in here at one time. And it doesn't take but a minute or two to move stuff. Let's say Lowe's or any other place that wants to load your shit for you. They can't load it fast enough for you to move the stuff out of the way to make room for loading. I guess, like I said, questions, comments, leave them below. Otherwise, if you want me to touch base on something a little bit further, like the electrical system, the standalone battery system for mobile power, I mean, we got enough power here. We built an entire loft in our storage unit, was on a remote site, no power. We built the entire loft using the table saw, the miter saw, not that flexible either. That was a plug-in power saw. And I mean, we charged all our tools as needed. The entire day we ran on this. No problem. Never once ran out of juice or even got close to down on juice. So I guess I'll make a better video down the road. Any suggestions, just let me know. Thank you.